Welcome back, my people. So, I was gonna do another episode of Sneaker v Sneaker and try and compare a couple of sneakers and do all of that, but now is as fitting time as any to talk about this situation that's going on. Now, entertainment is a great form of spectacle. So a lot of times we get caught up in things that may be more entertaining than necessary, if you know what I mean. So, and like I said, I don't like saying people's names, but I'll be honest, I did say Kwame Brown's name when I was talking in a positive light. So, I'm not saying that I'm talking in a negative light, but what I am saying is that we are all brothers. It doesn't mean that we got to get along. Doesn't mean we got to like each other. But we don't need no type of violence. We don't need nobody inviting anybody anywhere or doing anything unpositive or anything that's going to disrupt the flow or process or progress that we're trying to make. Now, people can say what they want about someone's approach to something, which is fine. But, with that's just someone's opinion. Me personally, as a New Yorker, I get what dude be saying in the way that he says it. Maybe because I am from New York and we have a hostile, I don't know how to really describe it. I guess a hostile way of speaking with each other, which is not good, but that's just how, how we grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not country folk, but me, rest in peace, my boy Pop, Kev Fisher, but when we was 10, 11 years old, we was doing anything to make money. We was packing bags, we was freaking helping old ladies from the grocery store. We was doing anything that we could to try and make some money because we was in situations where our parents didn't have money. And a lot of us grew up in single parent households. So a lot of us grew up in different ways. So a lot of things in New York is very hostile because we grew up in hostile environments. Not saying that other people didn't, but as far as population density and how close everybody is to each other, it's very hard to stay patient in New York. So a lot of people in New York have quick tempers. So, I'm not apologizing for New York. That's just how we are. But I'm just trying to explain why some people will understand how someone approaches or how someone speaks to try and get the youth off the street. So, if someone is being very vivid, totally get it. I'm from that era. Listen, I'm from an era where we made jokes that were harsh, man. I've there's handicapped dudes that there was no limit on them either. We grew up in harsh environments, and a lot of times comedy was a way that we would get out of that, or laughter, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes, and here's another thing. A lot of us growing up, we all fought each other. I got friends that we're literally 35 years of being friends. We've all fought, argued, did everything. We've done a lot of stuff together, good, bad, or otherwise. But we've all grown up. We're all men. We all understand how things go. We all understand that everybody has a different way of portraying their message. So while I personally may not agree with the way some people relay their message, in someone's environment, the people around them may understand that better. And in terms of the other side of it, when you think of, things in the message that's trying to be had in terms of, bringing coding back in school and doing things of that nature, these are things that we do need to focus on, but that's not where it should stop. We should all try to continue to evolve in terms of, making sure that we stay on top of what we're trying to accomplish, rather than, because sometimes it's just like the Bible says, sometimes you just got to turn the other cheek and just be like, you know what, I'm not even going to pay attention to that anymore. Let me go this way and let me do this, because this is what's going to get us in the direction that we need to go. Because you can't always entertain a clown. and that's just the truth of the matter. So if you feel like someone is being a clown to you, there's no way that you should always respond or always have to go back and forth and back and forth. Like, let's all just agree to disagree on certain things, but we should all still be able to function and get our messages across in a productive way. Like, get it. Maybe these guys will never team up, and that's fine. But if you take the total amount of followers that both of them have, that's like 1 million people. That is a lot of people that are touched. And to have like almost people pick sides, that's just not, I don't want to pick sides. You know what I'm saying? Because on one hand, I am a grown man, and I understand how much it affects us to work. Like, most of my family's from South Carolina. They moved up here, after my mother was born or whatever. But most of them taught us all that down south stuff. That's what we were taught growing up. Trust me when I tell you. And working with our hands was one of the main things. Even when we was 6, 7, 8 years old, we was working with our hands, taking switches off. Well, let's not even talk about that thing. But trust me when I tell you, I understand how it is down south. I understand how they are. I understand how passionate they are with certain things and how they can get passionate, in terms of when they want something to accomplish. I'm also from New York. I'm from New York City. I was born in Mount Sinai Hospital. Moved to East River when I was 8. Before I moved to East River, I lived on 1103 Sheridan Ave in the Bronx, lived on Tremont Ave in the Bronx, lived on Harrison Ave in the Bronx. Like, I've lived a few different places in the city, and everything in the city is always fast, aggressive, and to the point. Like, that's one thing about New York City people. We do not like to waste time. Time is more valuable to us than money, and we love money. Time is more precious than that. So that tells you something. So when a New York dude gets to a point where, he's frustrated, a lot of times acting out is usually the thing. I'm not saying I know anybody. I'm just saying I've lived in the city long enough to know how dudes react. Either way, by attacking each other, I don't believe that we're sending the right message. At some point, somebody's got to say, you know what, I'm not even going to say this person's name, and I'm going to keep moving forward with my message, because regardless of what they say, I'm going to be able to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. So this was just something I'm sorry. I love to see brothers build, especially now that I'm older. I love it. It's like I've seen so many people that are just not here anymore. Like, to be real with you, I have trust issues just because my best friend was killed when he was 8, thrown off the roof by somebody that we knew. But a lot of times, like, we as a people, we can build better. We can do better without having to be around each other all the time. You could do good over here, you could do good over here, and if the only thing that we have that connect us is this internet thing, then don't even cross paths. Like, if you look at people's, common followers, people have a lot of common followers because a lot of us are from the city, so we do understand how this dude thinks. And a lot of us are from the city and love basketball, so we know exactly who this dude is without even really knowing him. Like, not knowing him, but we know who his name is, what he did growing up, and in terms of, what his job was. But, and from a brother's standpoint, I love them both because both of their opinions matter to the people that are around them and in their circles and their subscribers. I personally, I just wish that we can all just get to a place where, we can still joke around and that's all good, but when it gets too serious and starts getting, talking about physicality and stuff like that, I'm just not with that anymore. We are all, if we're not 40, we're almost 40, and even if you're above 35, there's certain things that you should just, move on to the next level in your life and start worrying about vacations, and that should be your biggest stress. Vacations and what you're going to eat for dinner. Like, that should be the most stress that you have, and, helping your kids out and make sure that they stay on the right path. That's a forever thing. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on real quick because I just love both of those brothers, and I think both of them have a good message. Because if you listen to enough of what this dude said, I don't know the whole situation with whatever this dude's situation is. I don't know anybody's personal situation. All I know is what's on YouTube, and all I listen to is message. I can ignore all of that other nonsense, whatever people are talking about, and I can listen to the message and just take that away from it. So I don't even worry about it, but my only concern is I don't want it to get to a level where this is like, like for what? Like we all trying to do the same thing and try and help people. So like let's hopefully nobody's ever going to see this except for our people that follow me, but hopefully, let's all try and can't we all just get along? But nah, I love y'all. Thanks for joining Sneaker Be Sneaker. It's your boy Quick Kicks. I'll come back with another comparison video later. This just touched my heart, so I had to speak on it. But thanks for joining again. Love you guys. Peace.